it's Carl Burke again on video challenge number 17. Today is December 19th. How time flies when you're having fun. Christmas is around the corner. So it's kind of late, as you can see the light outside. It's let's see, what time is it? 5:40. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to talk about when and how I started this, meaning the internet. The internet, wow, it's been a long time, since 1986. I started a was what do you call it? Let me go back to the beginning. I got my first computer in 1986. It was a Emerson computer, and it only had 20 megabyte hard drive. Stone Age, right? Today we got terabytes and everything, and your RAM is in gigabytes instead of megabytes. I got 6 gigs of RAM, and back then that was unheard of. And another thing that was unheard of is when you bought your system, meaning your desktop, it didn't have anything on it. It had a hard drive in it. It might have been a 20 megabyte hard drive, but it was blank. And they gave you a software called DOS that you were to configure and upload to your hard drive to get your computer even to operate. It was not an easy thing. When I first started, I guess you could call me a DOS baby, because it was the way things were back then. And once you learn how to upload your software to the hard drive, well, it took me about a month to understand it. It was a book about that thick of information. It was, I don't know if Bill Gates wrote it or not. If anybody can verify that, please comment. But I think Bill Gates was the first one to write the DOS operating system. Then he went on to write Windows. And programmers back then, they knew what they were doing. They didn't need all this space. It wasn't as clear or anything where we would see today. It wouldn't be like you be able to run a game that was high definition. It was more primitive, and it was unbelievable. So after getting my first computer, I learned a lot of things about computing. I I used to I set up spreadsheets with a Lotus program that I was able to run. It was a small program, but it was able to uh, do what I needed to do at the time. And I set up a spreadsheet for my personal bills. And so it worked well. And I said, man, this is fantastic. No more ledger writing. Remember uh, writing in a ledger your bills and when you paid them and the check number and all this stuff. It's not like that today. Everything is done differently. There's different programs you can buy to handle your bills, and you can pay them on your cell phone. You can bank on your cell phone. That was unheard of back in the late 80s. And time went on where I wanted to upgrade, and I bought a Tandy. What was it? 2000? I can't remember. But it was the first system I had that had a Windows program on it. The graphics were a lot better, and you could do a lot more. It had of course your notepad. It had had something like Lotus, but it wasn't. It was, what is it called? They have it today. Wait a second. Wait a second. What is this? It is called Excel. It was very simple, but you could do a lot with it. And so I created a spreadsheet on that computer, and I started saving my my bills, my monthly bills, on a floppy drive. It was at the time, I think, when Tandy came out, it had the 3.5-inch drive. Still, no internet. No internet. So that went on for a while, and I finally heard about a software that would dial out, and you could set up a BBS. What is BBS? It's like a modern day server. I had two computers at the time. I had the what was it? The Emerson, and then I had the Tandy, and I put a modem in, and I ran Wildcat software, and it was just to see what the systems could do. And I had my own BBS, which was called the Abington BBS, and people could dial into it and get on my server, you might say, and get mail, some small games, and things like that. It's just very simplistic. So after that, they came out with these online services The first service I was uh, made aware of was a service called Prodigy. Prodigy was an online service. It was advertising. It was news. It was games. It was mail. It was a lot of things. And then you had CompuServe, and you had American Online, and all these were services that you would dial into until the internet. The internet was one of the biggest undertakings that the computer industry undertook. So what did this do to me? Well, they said that you could buy a backdoor into the internet. And it means that anybody who was on the internet could still log on to your BBS through a backdoor or something. It would require some programming, but it was costly, very costly. And I think at the time it was like $1,000 a month. So as you can imagine, that didn't live too long for me as far as the BBS goes. I could get on the internet, and it was doing everything for you, and so I just dropped it. So what did I do? Well, I still went online, and I met friends, a lot of interesting things to do. It was the big thing back then was chat rooms. Everybody go into chat rooms and talk and everything, and you had to type everything in, just like you do today. But some sites you can talk. It was Skype and FaceTime on Apple, and it's amazing. And you got video. So my first site, I don't know what it was, but I know it had something to do with antique motorcycles. I had collected a bunch of cards and scanned them and put them on this site for people to look at and to download, and it was at no cost. And a lot of companies had websites that you could build websites for nothing. It didn't cost you to do anything on the net at that time. So let's see, where was I? Then it's so funny. When I began, it was with the systems where we thought designing a web page was, we had to use ANSI graphics, and that was like Pong or something, or the early Nintendo. It's everything you used blocks and everything in different colors, and you built a website. It was very primitive, but it was unique, and it was a challenge. So getting to this day about websites, I have a website, and I've had one for I've had 6 or 7 sites that I set up. Couple of them free sites, and my latest sites are I have my own hosting service. Don't belong to me. It's a service called Bluehost, which he hosts my sites, and I pay him a monthly fee, and it's not too bad. It's a lot better than it was when I started. My God, but it's reasonable. You know, they host your site. You put your blog, or you buy your domain name, and you put your software on there that you want to run, which I run WordPress for my engine, and I like it. They update it frequently. Well, not too frequently, because a lot of people write softwares that are compatible and then they're not compatible to the WordPress software, and they have to keep on top of their plugin, basically. So anyway, it's been a long road, and oh, there's one more thing I want to talk about. These videos. Can you believe, from the comforts of my own home, that I'm making a video and posting it online for the world to see? Amazing. Amazing. I had no idea that this was going to be that we were going to be able we were going to be capable of posting the videos that we make. I wouldn't have had, back then, I wouldn't have had a clue on how to do it. But this day, with the softwares and everything you download to your desktop, you have editors, you have different types of software, picture softwares, screen captures, this, that, and the other. It is amazing. But I'm posting this right now to you. So anyway, enough of my babbling on. If you want to understand me, good. If not, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean it, but I meant it. So this is Carl Burke from Burke.com. Bye. If you like this video, like or subscribe to my YouTube channel and see more videos like this. And you can join my blog at Burke.com. Bye.